Yes, hello and welcome to another vlog from Benna Rider. Today we're testing out the Piaggio Liberty 125 S. It has ABS in the front. It has a 16-inch wheel in the front, which is pretty nice for highway riding. I checked it out already and it's not as unstable as like the Yamaha Delight. So kudos to Piaggio for doing this. It's pretty stable for the 16-inch wheel. In the rear, I think it's a 14-inch, and I will not preach all the data for you. I will just put them on the screen. I have changed the format a little bit so we can do these test rides maybe a little bit quicker in the future. The only other thing I can tell you, it has 11 horsepower. It is kind of in the mid-range of all the other 125 scooters. Yeah, it has only a disc brake in the front, unfortunately. In the rear it has a drum brake, apparently because of money constraints. I will go and check out the controls, display and the storage space for you now. So the controls are on the left hand side are as follows. We have the rear drum brake, which you can actuate here. We have the high beam and low beam switch. We also have a passing, you just have to press it down. We have the blinker switch left and right here. We have the horn. We have the opening where you can unlock the trunk from here. Actually, if the ignition is on, you can do it here, as you can hear. And there's another way to do this. If you actually open up the flap in the front, and there's a manual lever you can pull and you can open up the trunk as well. On the right hand side we have the gas, the throttle. We have the front disc brake we can actuate with a lever. We have a mode switch where you can switch the display, and we have the starter switch. On the right hand side we have the ignition key here, and you can use it to start the engine, to lock the handlebars in place, and to also open the front little cubby hole here. I think, yeah, you just have to press it and then this one opens up. So here's the display. In order to start it up, we have to turn the key as usual, and it all comes to life. And on the top we have the speedometer. Then we have a constantly blinking ABS light when you're standing still. I don't know if it's normal at Honda. Only for the first few meters it will actually flash. Here it constantly flashes when you're stopped. Maybe that's normal, I don't know. Then in the display, in the little LCD display in the middle, we can see how much fuel is left in the tank. We can switch from total to trips. We have to do this with a mode switch, which I just showed you. We can switch it. We have now trip A. We can switch it to trip B and total. And that's all you can switch. And you can reset it if you press the mode button longer. So storage space wise, we have, first of all, we have a little hanger or hook here. You can put your grocery shopping, your grocery bags here. You have a cubby hole here in the front, which is fairly small. I mean, fairly large, but fairly small because it's so flat. You can open it up if you press on the ignition key, and it only basically has, enough space maybe for your gloves. There's also a little lever in there, right there. I don't know if you can see that. Where you can open up the trunk as well. Or you use this button here, as I showed you before. So the trunk is now open. Yeah, the trunk is open, and here you see you have you can put your fuel in there. There's a fuel cap, and you have space, a fairly small size space for maybe one jet helmet, and that's about it. There's not much else, no other space, no more space in this. Yeah, it's fairly small. So on a positive note on this scooter, it is fairly stable, or much more stable than say like a Yamaha Delight, because of the larger tires in the front. On the highway at higher speeds and in the corners, it is more stable. This is very, very good, important, and it gives you a feeling of safety. Actually, I felt much safer on this than on the Yamaha Delight, to be honest. There's little storage space. We have, as I said, ABS in the front. We have a drum brake and brake in the rear. So, and you get all the package for the 2020 model for around about €2,500, including a small little top box, a helmet, and a anti-theft little lock for the front disc there, which you can put there. That's about it. I can tell you, as I said, I will put all the data on the screen for you for this Piaggio Liberty S 125. We will do a test right now. We will go back to the dealer and I'll explain a little bit how it handles and what it feels like. Do the sound check. So once again, this is the Piaggio Liberty 125. In this case, the S version. They only differ, S and a regular version, from the colors. They said also the rims have a different color. These are black because of the sportier edition, and on the regular, I think it's metallic silver or something like that. So once again, in order to turn it on, just like a regular car, motorcycle, scooter, you turn on the ignition here. It comes to life, and you just start it by holding one of the brakes and press the ignition key here. And the engine has started already. So let's go back to the dealer now. So we have front ABS, we have no ABS in the rear because there's a drum brake. the handling on twisty roads at higher speeds is pretty good, I'd say, because before that I was test riding the Yamaha Delight. It has very teeny tiny small tires, and it was very unstable in curves and on the highway. But this one has big tires. In the front it's a 16, and I think in the rear it's a 14-inch, so that is very good for the handling, for the safety, and you feel much safer. It doesn't shake around like a little Christmas tree. I don't know if you say that. It just came to mind. So we have a SMV in front of us again, slow moving vehicle. So very quick, agile, nice to move around, good for the city, also good for this kind of road here, as I said before, because it has the larger tires, and I do appreciate that because it makes it much more safe. The suspension is actually pretty good. When you go across the bumps here, it is pretty good. I don't have anything to complain. Go. 0 to 100. Stop. So, yeah, not too bad. I was afraid that I'm not gonna make it all the way up to 100. But we made it, and yeah, the Yamaha Delight has less power, and I could not make it all the way up to 100, but this one did. This one made it, so I'm very happy, and I'm very happy for Piaggio. Yeah, these larger tires, they really are nice for this kind of road. Although you don't have any wind protection, you know, for the higher speeds on the highway, you still get a fairly good, you feel much more safe, you know, when riding at higher speeds at maybe 80 or 100, because the front tire is not shaking around like a crazy little maniac. So I have full power. We go up a steep, kind of a steep and long climb here, so we might not reach 100 anymore here. The seat of this Piaggio is fairly slippery. I'm wearing my jeans at the moment, and what I noticed right away when I got on it, it was fairly slippery, so the texture is not too good actually. Maybe only for jeans, I don't know. Maybe for other pants it is much better suited, I don't know. What else can I say? We can put our feet a little bit, teeny tiny bit to the front here. Not too bad. I don't know how it is if you ride with a pillion. Probably not so good, probably pretty cramped, I'd say. But other than that, it's pretty nice. Definitely nice little agile thing for the city. The mirrors are round, as you can see, a little bit wide angled, and are not too bad actually. Not too bad. If you have adjusted them properly, you can actually see something in them, and you can see the sides, and you can see to the rear quite nicely. No problem there. The display is easily readable, the speedometer easily readable, the gauge instrument, there's no problem. The little teeny tiny LCD display is also easily readable. It is lit, constantly lit, as I can see, so you can see in a tunnel, you can see at night, you can see during the daytime. There's no problem. yeah, other than that, I don't know really what to say. The power seems to be on par with other 125s of that class. You have to remember it has about 11 horsepower. So it is not too bad, and we made it from 0 to 100 actually without missing our target there. Yeah, all in all, also once again for this price, I'd say, and I've seen other now, and now this time I won't name anybody or any other brand, but for this price you really get quite a lot. And you know, as I said, at the moment you get this free top box, you get a free helmet, and you get a free lock with this 2020 model, which is Euro 4 compliant. And for this one, it is pretty nice. I think the price is acceptable for this, what you get. The new pricing for the 2021 model, however, I do think is a little bit too high. It costs 2,849. I don't know if there's anything included or any gifts or whatsoever. So, and they didn't change anything, you know. You do not get like start stop or anything, at least on the Yamaha Delight. I have to mention it now. You actually get a start stop now. Anyways, I think I can conclude my review here of the Piaggio Liberty 125 already. All in all, a pretty good package for this price, for this year model. And I can recommend it if you're interested in this kind of a scooter. But I say, you know, basically use it for the city, and very light highway riding, you know. Anyways, yeah, that's about it. And nice cornering actually too, with the larger tires here. Other than that, thanks very much for watching Ben R Rider. Other test rides coming up pretty soon, of bigger bikes as well, and we're all looking forward to our big review of the Indian Scout. Yeah, baby, yeah. Anyways, thanks very much for watching. This is Ben R Rider out. Take care. Bye bye.